In this building, an event development group came together to participate in Dyma, an event that celebrated the theme of identity in Pontypridd's Ynysangharad War Memorial Park. Alongside this group were participating parties who all contributed in their own unique ways. Join me in Dyma. Before the event opens, the event development group swiftly constructs their tent and rehearse their performance. At 9:30, the registration booth opens to admit entry for ticket holders. And for the curious, the booth also offers a slice of the park's history, including copies of photographs and news articles about the park. Adjacent to the booth stands the Lido building, where the Creative Cafe is located, a workshop aimed at exploring identity through arts and crafts, and more specifically, printmaking. However, there was another part of the workshop which member Anna Billis will tell us more about.
I was part of the build-up to this event, running weekly creative cafe sessions in Mountain Ash, and we were using upcycled materials to create a dragon of identity. So every participant that came along to our sessions made a scale, the dragon scale, which represented their identity, who they are. And one of our participants, who was there every single week without fail, she made the dragon head, and it was absolutely stunning. And we used the dragon as part of our final workshops on the day of Dyma.
Under the watchful eyes of the Evan James and James James statues, Community Music Wales hosts an African drumming taster workshop. A fitting location, considering that the statues commemorate the writers of the Welsh national anthem, a significant expression of identity in Wales. Even the natural beauty of the park itself became an expression of identity when a creative wellbeing workshop was set up by artist community and Cwmtaf Morgannwg to create a nature mandala. As the day progressed, the ancestral link between Ynysangharad Park and music echoed once again. This time by the choir group Choirs for Good. They sang songs such as Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Sit Down, My Light Shines on Me, and more. A performance well enjoyed by all who attended. And even as the final note was sung, the energy was not exhausted yet. The day continued with a creative conversation, with the discussion being about youths in the creative industry. Meanwhile, Ransack Dance Company delivered a workshop in dancing to young performers. But most intriguing was a songwriting taster workshop held by members of the sonic youth music industry, Jesse Jenkins and Matthew Frederick. In this workshop, participants wrote and performed a song which captured the very essence of Dyma, a fitting send-off before the final event.
This is who we are. When we work together, we go twice as far. The heart of our community, always there for you and me. Dyma, here we are. Dyma, here we are. This is who we are.
But before we witness Dyma ni Yma's finale, let's have a look at the event development group who will deliver it. Group member Hannah Ladd gives us some insight.
The event development group came about because one of our partners, Artists Community, and Make It wanted to collaboratively work together to create an opportunity for emerging producers or production assistants, technicians, to have the opportunity to create an event.
And in this event, the members of the group were given the freedom to create the themes and overall mood for Dyma ni Yma, as well as integrating their unique talents.
They wanted to create a feeling and a vibe, so they wanted to start with like a party, and they wanted it to be sort of like authentically Welsh, and then they wanted to go into more of a sombre kind of feeling. So Yasmin Richards, who's part of the event development group, who's also an amazing musician and harpist, and she really wanted that opportunity to be able to play, and we decided that they would be the sombre moment of the piece. And then as a sort of joy element, we got in touch with an amazing dancer called Lucy Jones, who came and did an amazing improvised piece of dancing that really highlighted joy and expression and being in that space.
And in that space and around the park, the colour red was chosen to symbolise Welsh identity and the park's history. A history that was shared by the park centre coordinator Aled Humphreys on his frequent tour guides. He now tells us how the park ties into the theme of identity from a cultural standpoint.
Post the First World War, the people of Pontypridd needed a place for healing and somewhere for them to rest and to have some sort of cultural relaxation and a healing. And here we are, 99, nearly 100 years later, still using this park for memorial, but also as a place for healing and for that cultural respite. Ynysangharad War Memorial Park has deep, rich heritage, which we are very proud of. Like I said, it's been since 1923. We have the bandstand behind us here, which was built in 1926, and it's just our way of respecting that kind of moment in time. Being glad that we are in relative peacetime now, but respecting that awful time that those brave soldiers had to go through for us to be in our peacetime today.
And with that, it was time for the event development group's scratch event, Dyma ni Yma's spectacular finale.
The mood for the beginning of the event was, we were all quite excited.
DJing and dancing kicked this off, and there was also a surprise visit from the Creative Cafe's Dragon of Identity.
It wasn't planned, but it was very much appreciated.
We created the dragon, we brought it to the final event, and the dragon was kind of a main character and symbolic part of the event, which we really enjoyed, and the children enjoyed chasing the dragon around, which was quite funny. I also got chased.
Soon, it was time for the event's more peaceful and thought-provoking performance, a poem and harp performance delivered by event development group members David Thomas and Yasmin Richards.
Ask a body to resurrect. Everything that's came before us has paved the way for what we have now. It's important to remember those you've lost, but not the main focus on the forever.
David describes how his creative journey in the group has helped him.
I'm starting to think creatively outside of these workshops now, and I've discovered something in myself that I wasn't aware of, so it's been absolutely fantastic. It's in the things that we do that we remember them. Feel, love, recall memories. Nostalgia plays tricks on the mind. We remember things not as they actually were. It's our interpretation of what we think happened. Guilt. I don't know how it's less important. Reminded me of my own loss I've had in my family. Remember. To remember, but not much else.
People came to me and said they were moved to tears by the poetry that was read and written by the whole Make It team. And people came to me and said that they really liked the dragon of identity and the fact that it included the children, the fact there was bubbles to make everyone feel like a child again.
And we decided on writing on the floor in chalk, so we also contacted a designer, Beth and Thomas, who came in and designed and drew a chalk path for us, for people to add words and pictures to.
Heart of our community, always there for you and me. Dyma, Dyma, here we are. Dyma, Dyma, here we are.
I just felt it went really, really well, and I think the vision of the group was really brought to life. I think it was just really special, and I think for the group's first event, I think they need to be really, really proud of that. Everyone just worked together really well, and it all just came together.
I'd just like to thank everybody that we've worked with over the last few weeks. That's been really rewarding and inspiring. My confidence has grown, so big thank you to everybody here.
Dyma, boy, and in me, this is who we are. When we work together, we go twice as far. The heart of our community, always there for you and me. Dyma, Dyma, here we are. Dyma, Dyma, here we are. Woo! Yeah! Well done, everyone. Well done.